Hey Glam fam, welcome back to the channel. So this is me walking in for the day of the event, wishing I was on a plane going to Jamaica or working in the airport going to Jamaica. That's Miss Augustine. Shout out to Augustine, best dean ever. Okay, so there is actually some front loading to this book tasting because we are going to create the setting of that. It's going to be a formal setting, so it's going to look like a wedding somewhat. So this is our placemat for the kids that they're going to be using. It's similar to a wedding. So we're also going to be using the book tasting, the orange book tasting thing. We're going to be using that for cake toppers, cupcake toppers, and then we have door hangers as the kids come in. So there is some front loading, but it's exciting. The kids enjoyed it. They had tons of fun. That right there is one of the genre of books. So you also want to, this is by choice. You don't have to laminate these. I just choose to laminate because we're looking to have this event as an annual one. So if you laminate, then you'll have them lasting longer. So what we're going to do with these are we're going to put them on a table. So each genre will be on a table for when the kids come in to taste. This is the media center, and what we're going to be doing right now is kind of transforming it. We're going to be decorating it to look like a formal setting. So that's going on here was the evening prior to the event. So shout out to Miss Deracier. It was really her idea to have the book tasting. But I will be posting the link of where we got the materials that we're using, because the link, the person who created the documents did say that we could use the information, but we had to put the link. So it was purchased from Teacher Pay Teacher, and so the link is going to be in the description. So most of the materials that we're using here, I brought some stuff, the chair covers, the table covers, the sashes, the runners. I was planning on having my mom's 60th birthday, but then COVID happened. So I still had some of those decor. So we're going to be using that today. The other teachers also brought stuff for decoration. Miss Griselda, her daughter recently had a wedding. And so she brought like other table covers as well, and the table numbers, because as I said before, we're going to be setting it up just like a wedding. And I think there's Miss Lay. Of course, Miss Lay came in to help. She's such a sweetheart, very helpful. Love you, Miss Lay. Right, so we're setting it up just like that of a wedding. The covers, I want to say they're plastic covers. Some of the covers are plastic because, yeah, I know the kids would probably rip them apart anyway. But so it did take some work, but it was really exciting for the children and just something different. I think what they enjoyed the most was because when they came in the library and they saw the transformation, it was like, wow. Especially because it was different from the regular classroom setting that they would be in. Okay, take a look at this bow tire. So if you don't know how to make a bow, here's Miss Lay. She's next to Miss Baker. They make very good bows. Look at that. Okay, so it's the day of the event. Of course, if you're going to want to engage your kids, you have to act the part. So I'm introducing here, you're a master chef, so I'm dressing the part. And then I have my senior chef and my junior chef, Mr. Russier, and Mrs. Griselda Rodriguez. Okay, guys, I don't know how my camera ended up being this way, but this was actually when I just started YouTube, so I might have forgotten to turn my camera in portrait mode. But this is the setup, you guys. So there it is, very formal. And in the background, we had cafe music going. The kids were in awe when they stepped in here and saw the transformation. There we have the book tasting banner. So we had like a ed table and everything. It was amazing. It was a day well spent. The kids really enjoyed it. Just something different from what we would normally do in the classroom. So what we had them do was rotate from one table to the other, because at each table there would be like a different genre of books. They have their menus, that foldable thing on the table, the instructions on there, and then they have, each kid would have a menu and they would have to sample a book. So sampling the book just means that they're going to look at the cover, they're going to look at the preview, they're going to look at the back, the information on the back, and they're going to read it and then give like a review on their menu of how they thought that book was. And so we'd give them a couple minutes at the table, each table, and then we would rotate. So they would go basically in number order. So you're moving from one table to the next. And they had a blast. Now, when they were done with all the different genres or done filling out their paper, they would go to the reflection table and complete the reflection. So we had this book tasting sign on either side. We also had cupcake. We had food, you guys. Shout out to Publix Supermarket. We did get these from Publix for free. We got those pastries for free. And of course, there's Johnny Depp. Right, so it was a fun event just to kind of get the kids hyped up to read books. Of course, while moving from table to table, they did rip some of my chair covers, but it was worth it. So I'm going to be including clips now of, students at the table. I will be covering faces of students, so never mind me with that. But it was such a fun event, and I'm looking forward to doing this again, just making it an annual event. They had fun. They talked about the event the entire year, so I want to say it was successful. This is what it looks like, kind of the head table, just something that is different. I think it really turned out well. A great way to engage the kids and to get them all pepped up to read something else besides what they would normally read. And just to remind them of the wealth of information that they can find in books, so they can take their heads out of their devices for a second. If you are interested in hosting a book tasting for your class, the link will be in the description below. We also had Miss Kelly come in and talk to the students. So we had a moment where we invited persons who came in and just spoke to the kids about why it's important to read, and why it's also important to read and read widely. Not just, read the things that you think you like. It's good to just read what you like, but you also want to just read everything. So again, was the book tasting event successful? Yes, it was. It was very exciting for the kids, a great way for them to learn, and I would do it all over again, as much as it was a lot of work. There's my little author. He recently wrote a book, I think The Dinosaur Prodigy, so I'm excited to be one of the first buyers of that book when it is published.
Thank you for watching the video. Love you guys.
Remember to like, comment, share,
subscribe.